Hello, everyone, and welcome to Historically Black Sense News. I am your host, Shamai Cook, and today we have a great show for you. Our first guest tonight is the youngest queen to serve as Miss Livingstone College. Please welcome Christian Oliver to the show. Hello, Christian. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am well. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Now talk about you. You like I said in the intro. You made history as the youngest Miss Livingstone College. At just 18, at the age of 18 years old. Take us back to that day when you won your crown.
Honestly, that day was very surreal for me. It took a lot of hard work and dedication in order to put myself out there and to win and to even have the confidence in myself to run for Miss Livingstone. Because if anyone had asked me a year ago, a year and a half ago, that I would have become the queen of my school, I would have looked at them so crazy. But it happened. It was in God's plan for me, and I did it. So it was definitely surreal.
Now you also pledged Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated that same year. How did you balance, in the process of crossing and running a campaign to be Miss Livingstone? How was that?
It was a lot. I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot. It took many long nights, and honestly, the support of my line sisters. Without them, I probably don't think I would have made it. Honestly and truly, it was a lot because having to go and get announced for Miss Livingstone that morning, and then fast forward to that same night having to go meet up with my line sisters again and get ready to put on this show for everyone. It was it was crazy.
I bet it was. Can you talk about so you'll graduate in May with both an associate's and a bachelor's degree before you'll even see the age of 20 years old. Like I feel like I'm behind at 22 years old. You're making me feel like I'm behind in life. But you're sprinting through life right now, literally as a track athlete and academically. Uh, but you mentioned you learn how to slow down in this process. Can you walk us through how did you learn how to balance, being a teenage college student to being a queen role model at Livingstone?
Honestly and truly, it's still a learning process for me because even with our coronation coming up on the 27th, I'm still learning to really take in these moments because this is truly a once in a lifetime experience. So I have to remind myself to be very intentional and just take a step back and really be present for what's going on and appreciate the blessings that have presented themselves to me. So it's definitely still a learning process.
Now, what made you want to, go to Livingstone College? Out of all of the schools in the institution in the nation, why Livingstone College?
Well, the first thing should be why not Livingstone College,
Why not? Yeah.
But no, actually, me and my mom, we went to a scholarship fair back in Houston. It was hosted at Booker T. Washington High School, and there we met Livingstone recruiter Miss Cherie Hill. She's our part of our admissions team here, and my mom was like, "Let's just go out. Let's just go see what we can find." And I had my resume with me, I had my transcript with me, and then I've met Miss Hill, filled out an on the spot application, and she actually ended up giving me a full ride to live a full academic scholarship to Livingstone College. And never heard of Livingstone, but I ended up going on a tour the following spring and fell in love with the school. And I was like, you know what, we're going to take this leap of faith. And everything worked out.
Now, what have you learned about yourself since being in college?
Um, Honestly, I have more confidence in myself than I realized. I have more more will, more resilience than I realized. I am stronger than I realized. Um, Honestly, because this past year has made me realize that this is what I'm meant to do. This was meant for me, and I just gotta enjoy the journey, enjoy the ride.
I know that's right. Now, you talk about coronation. The theme of your coronation is the Harlem Renaissance, celebrating Black excellence and in creativity. But this is a special coordination. This is the first time the Livingstone's history that is happening outdoors under the stars.
Yeah.
What do you want people to feel when they see you get crowned on that night?
Honestly, I want them to feel inspired. We will literally be underneath thy oaks and thy maples. Literally, that's part of our school's alma mater. And I really just want people to feel the history, to be able to witness the legacy that I'm leaving behind for future students coming to our school. So I want them to feel inspired, feel the history, feel all the goodness, the black excellence, honestly.
Can you talk about what really inspired this theme? The Harlem Renaissance. What inspired this theme?
Honestly, well, one shout out to my king, the 21st Miss Livingstone College, Kion Courtney. He is very, very business minded, business driven. He has his own photography company that he runs himself. Like he does weddings, all that. And then me, I'm also very business minded. And the Harlem Renaissance was all about Black excellence, um, entrepreneurship, art, culture, music, and we really wanted to bring that to Livingstone. So that was kind of the inspiration behind it.
Can you talk about you grew up? You mentioned Houston, and you grew up in a small town in Louisiana. Riding, with the J Boss riding club with
Yeah.
your dad, running track, taking college classes in high school. How did that girl from those trail rides become this polished young woman that we see today?
Honestly, shout out to Ranzino Frazier because he definitely helped me with the road draw part of it, making sure I'm always in the best attire. And then honestly, shout out to my mom and then my dad, my late father, Agent Oliver. They definitely played a major role in instilling morals and making sure I had a good character in order to even be able to present myself to everyone and be able to put myself out to the world and represent Livingstone, honestly.
I see. It's a lot of emotion you have right there. Why is that? How much did your dad mean to you? Your late dad mean to you?
Honestly, my dad meant the absolute world to me when he passed in 2023. I was a junior in high school, and it was a lot. It was, but I had to understand that he is in a better place now, and no matter what I do, where I go, he will honestly and truly always be with me. I carry him everywhere I go, so I know he's looking down on me and is very proud of his baby girl.
What when coordination happens? How much of him are you going to be thinking of? Like how proud of how proud do you think he'll be of you on coordination day, or just not just coordination day now?
Honestly, I think he would be ecstatic, smiling from ear to ear, ear to ear. He would probably be a little upset that I didn't go to his alumni college, Grambling State University. He probably said I should have went there, but I'm ready. He's probably smiling, grinning. all the things, honestly and truly.
Last thing before we let you go, what is one thing that people should look forward to during coronation, the Harlem Renaissance over at Livingstone College?
So one major thing coming up is that our university or college has started a series called First and Foremost, where we're really highlighting the college experience. It's honestly like a TV show, highlighting the students on our campus. And we actually have an episode dropping on the 24th of this month.
Okay.
That's a little snippet.
All right, that's what they call a tease in television. That's a great tease. So
Mhm.
where can people watch that?
Um, YouTube, Instagram. We will be promoting it everywhere, especially during the week of homecoming. It will be featuring me and my king Kion,
Okay.
and one of the bishops of our school, which is my king's grandfather. So all good things coming, and then we will also be featuring some of the previous students that have participated in the episodes. So
And
like
go ahead. I'm
first
sorry.
gen, sorry,
Mhm.
like first gen students, students who are part of some of our D9 organizations, everybody, a little bit everybody.
A little bit of everybody. We love that. We love showing off our institution, especially the deep history over there at Livingstone College. This is your first homecoming. I want to get you. I know you're a little busy. Being the queen. But what other than coronation? What other stuff are you looking forward to during homecoming week?
I am honestly really looking forward to the step show.
Okay, are you in it? Are you in the step show?
You gotta stay tuned.
Okay, that's another tease. I love
You
that.
gotta wait and see. You gotta wait and see. But I'm so excited for this step show because last year I was kind of watching it. Now I'm able to take a more hands-on role this year. So I'm so excited for a step show.
Okay, well, we're excited for you. We appreciate you so much for coming on, Christian Oliver, for coming on Historically Black Since. Best of luck to you. Like she said, if you're in the Salisbury, North Carolina area, go support Livingstone College at their homecoming. It's the week of the 27th of October. Make sure you guys come and support her. Thank you so much for coming on Historically Black Since News.
Thank you.
No problem, no problem. We Let's get into our discussion of today. Let's bring in Deuce Tucker straight off of his homecoming tour at A&T. He was hopping over there, but North Carolina T, and our favorite HBCU queen. Her name is Heaven Cunningham of Channing University of Pennsylvania. I want to
Mm.
make sure I get that correct. How are you guys doing tonight?
Well, I'm blessed and I'm well. Thank you for asking. It feels like a great Tuesday as
Okay.
we come up on the real greatest homecoming on earth,
But
Florida.
you were just at the G-Ho though. I wish we had footage of that. Deuce was having a time, and I heard some people because I got ears to the streets. I heard Deuce was really outside. And let me bring Eddie Niel into the building too. Hi Eddie, she's here, our favorite pageant queen as well. But Deuce, before we get into our topic discussion, I do want to talk about how's your experience at A&T at the G Ho? It was the hundredth G Ho.
No, it was 99th. The 99th. They said the
Right.
hundreds next week. Yeah. I
Next
mean
year.
next year,
Next
next
year.
year.
Yes.
Yeah.
But how was it?
Man, honestly, it was pretty solid, man. It was pretty solid. Now, I've never been a hater. Never been a hater. Now, will I say it's the greatest homecoming? Probably not.
Hmm.
But was it one of the best? Absolutely. I'm gonna say that. It's
It looked like
definitely,
because the way I didn't know you had legs like that.
I
The
mean,
way
I like to have a good time, man, anywhere I go.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? I can go to you know, I don't throw no shot, throw some shots at some couple of institutions, but I can go to any school and have a great time. It could be from G hold to Cheney. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey,
I just want to be able to actually, I'm just playing. But no, in
he's
reality,
trolling. He's
it
trolling.
was so many people there. It was a
Right.
lot of people. I've never seen that many people at a homecoming. Now, I also want somebody to know, everyone to know this. Just because it's a great amount of people doesn't mean that it's the best time. Now, I had a great time, met so many different people, had a good, great energy. It was so many people, so packed. Like,
Yes.
bro, it was at least 20,000 people there at one time.
Did you have service? You
No,
had
no
no,
service.
no service, of
No,
course.
not at all. Not at
And I
all.
want to make sure people fail to realize what people really realize now. No shade to A&T, but the city of Greensboro does help sponsor their homecoming. So that's why there's so much funding. So when people be like, "Oh, I want to go to NCAT," my homecoming is like that, because the city of Greensboro helps fund that. Their community is behind their institution, behind their homecoming. It's a great economic, revenue for that city as well. So, but I'm glad you had a good time. I saw on social media. I was like, I can't wait to talk to Deuce today to talk about it.
Yeah, man, it was definitely a time. It was definitely a time. I don't know if I'm gonna go that next year because there's a couple other homecomings I like to hit, but I'm definitely appreciative and I had to make a way, man. Like I had friends that saying, "Hey, I'm leaving Thursday night." I'm like, "Man, I got work. I got work." So I know I'm sorry, and like, so I found whoever I was able to go with, throw some gas. We
Mm-hmm.
was on the road, and
You
then
were
we
on the
got
road.
there and we had a good time, man. But I'm telling you, man, when I say there's a couple of young individuals that are negatively influenced that were around the area.
Oh, it's Greensboro. So,
Yeah, but I
yeah.
never been. I've been to
Well,
Greensboro before, but it's like for homecoming, it was a different breed. The police were
yeah.
out there, 30
Mhm.
deep.
Oh
I'm like,
yeah, yeah. Make sure you're safe.
oh yeah, absolutely. I had to
Yeah.
get on somewhere. I said
Yeah.
the clubs, no sir, I'm going home.
Oh,
Tailgates, and I'm
that's
good.
that's
Yeah, hey, come on now, I'm cool. But I had a good time, man.
All right. Let's get into our discussion. So football season is we're at the halfway point of the season for football, and many HBCUs program are struggling to win consistently, which force especially the Rattlers because they just got blown out
What? Whoop,
by NCCU.
whoop.
I saw that in the newsroom, but we digress. But struggling to win consistently, which which for some determines school spirit. So let's talk about what defines school spirit at HBCUs. Let's go to. I'm gonna start with Eddie Nayel. That's football season wrapping up. Do you think the energy around campus changes when the team isn't winning? Because you go to Clark, Atlanta, right? So
In the AUC, I'm a student of the AUC, so I just like
AUC.
to hear
Okay.
that stuff. Yeah.
So talk about when Morehouse or Clark isn't winning.
Uh-huh.
Does that affect the school spirit during the fall semester?
Um,
Wow, that's shady. I don't like that.
I feel like HBCU pride and collegiate pride is limitless and boundless, no matter the score and the sports of the team. That's just with my experience. Um, we us within the AUC, obviously there's like competition, but like when Morehouse is in the league or at the HBCU Classic, we all at the HBCU Classic and we're all supporting regardless of what the scores are. That's what I feel like. I feel like HBCU pride is our identity and celebrating what makes our school special, whether that's like culture, the traditions, or of course the history, and of course us as people and wearing our colors. I feel like if our team's not winning, I'm still gonna wear the colors.
I
I'm
know
still
that's
going to that game and supporting. And I feel like that's just who we are as a school and as people.
having your football program is okay. So but the spirit at the first HBCU still is it still amplified even though you guys are shaky in football?
As a Cheney cheerleader, I would definitely say that our sports programs still thrive. Of course, kind of what Eddie mentioned, the Battle of the First is our annual rivalry that we have with Lincoln University of Pennsylvania, our sister school. So Cheney versus Lincoln is always something that we're looking forward to. And we're always going into the game, like kind of exactly what Eddie said. It's not even about if we won or if we lost, because we always won because we're the first HBCU. So as a Cheney cheerleader, I'm not watching the scoreboard. I am just living up with my Cheney pride, my blue and white always. Of course, a win is a W, but it's just really seeing the players that we know are putting in the blood, sweat, and tears every single day for the university, regardless of what their performance looks like. First HBCU.
Deuce Tucker. What's your take, Robert?
Man, all these political correct answers, man. If your team suck, they suck. Gotta be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. Now, the thing about HBCUs, just because your team is not good, it doesn't mean it's going to take away from your experience and reference of the environment when it comes to the camaraderie and the excitement of it. Now, it always feels better when your team's winning because when I was in school, we went to the FCS playoffs and we won the Celebration Bowl
Mm,
with
that was a long.
Shotgun Willie Simmons.
That was a long time.
Now we getting whooped 40-5 and
Yeah.
38-3. I'm like, what's going on? We almost
Can't
lost to
stop
Albany
a
State.
cold. Can't stop a cold.
We can't stop a cold. But however, in reference to the HBCU experience in the totality, I hear what they're saying because their teams are not used to winning. Our teams, we were used to whooping like teams, like good too, and winning. But however, it's FAMU, man. So we're gonna have a good time whether we losing, making a tie, or winning. So honestly, I'm not gonna say it changed the dynamic of the experience. However, it definitely affects it in a way that is if you don't necessarily have the bragging rights or the totality of just talking your mess, but you still gonna have a great time.
In all honesty, does the school spirit feel different? When your team wins. How about that? When your team loses, does it affect that?
Of course.
I'm going to say yes and no, because you're still a proud rattler at the end of the day. This is not, no disrespect to that, what I'm saying, any type of team, a player, or anything like this. Yeah, like this is the Atlanta Falcons, or what I'm saying, Alabama Crimson Tide. People don't go to the football. Well, they go to football games to see football. But that's not the primary. They go to the football game for the vibes and the band. And the football is it's icing on the cake. But when you win in football, oh my gosh, it's a whole different ball game. Because it's like you're 3 for 3. You have the vibes, you have the band and the team. Now the team needs to go away, and you just have the band and the vibes.
I just want to piggyback on that. Kevin, do you agree? Do people
wouldn't know? They don't. Their team don't win.
Let me finish my question. Thank you. But Kevin, do you feel like, especially as a cheerleader and a queen, do you feel like it's more to the experience of just the football? Do you think people just go to the game just for the band?
Well, at the first HBCU, those aspects are lacking, both in itself. So I would say that I feel like I still get a game day experience, like I mentioned with the Battle of the First, Cheney versus Lincoln. A lot of people really are going to Cheney versus Lincoln to see the cheer battle between the Cheney cheerleaders and the Lincoln cheerleaders. So I definitely can agree to Deuce's point that there are a lot of other aspects within game day that make game day game day. But of course, when your team wins, your parlay just hit. Like, it's definitely going to be a different feeling heading back to the dorms that night.
Eddie, what's your take? Because there's a lot of bands over at the AUC.
Yes. Especially homecoming. I just went to Morris Brown's homecoming and I was in their parade. And then this upcoming weekend we have Spell House. And then also the homecoming, like a lot of the festivities this year, it was like for Clark Atlanta at least, it was advocated more that the students who attend Clark Atlanta get to like participate in the homecoming festivities for free. So that's like super cool. Super cool. And the Spell House, I guess they got the opposite whatever, because the concert is like $100. Like they went crazy over there. But I truly feel like
What, they got Beyonce?
No,
If it's
it's not
$100,
Beyonce.
they better have Beyonce.
No, it's not Beyonce. But along the lines of your question, I feel like school spirit. Essentially, we're supporting a school that we applied to in high school and we prayed and hoped that we got into. And then now we're just living essentially our prayers or our dreams that we've dreamed about for so long, or whatever the case may have been, because everyone's story is different. So I feel like at the game, essentially it's not about any trophies, it's not about any scoreboards. It's really truly about the unity and the pride that you have for your school and the people around you also. It's definitely an opportunity for you to network and also hang out with your friends or hang out with people, which is super cool.
See, for me, I don't care. I do like I think from a sports perspective, from someone who played football, wins do matter. Okay, that's number one. I agree with Deuce, but it's a different vibe when it comes to a HBCU game. Like,
Yeah.
Hmm.
if you spend money at from the institutions that I have had the chance to go to, if you spend money at the concession stands, you're dumb. Cause Auntie and the alums got some food for you. If you said they're a student, they gonna feed you. So that's one thing about an HBCU football game that I really love because it's especially if your team is winning, the whole town is behind the team. The whole vibe, the whole market is behind the team. So I know this is. Let me transition to this last question. Can you guys, I'm gonna start with Deuce. In what ways can students keep the school spirit after all the homecoming festivities die down?
Mm. Basically, by upholding tradition, by also being innovative as well. I see that a lot of times when it comes to students wanting to cultivate a specific type of way that they are maneuvering through college is, oh, I'm too cool. I don't need this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to sleep doing the events that are going to campus, bro. You're only going to be here for 4 years. I think it's okay to be if going and participating with your college classmates as well as individuals that you can have lifelong bonds with is lame. Hey, they call me Mr. Lame Tucker because, bro, I'm telling you right now, it's ridiculous how I feel as if sometimes people are allowing society's thoughts or other people's thoughts to portray on their own perception of what fun, excitement, and true school spirit is. That's what makes a HBCU by having pride and confidence within the institution that you wanted and you prayed and that you applied for. Because there wouldn't be an institution that is historically and that's black without people who wanted to put their all in all into it.
Yeah. Heaven.
Well, I would agree with Lane Tucker that, sorry, I had to. But as far as myself as a student leader, I love implementing wellness events after homecoming because I do believe that seasonal depression is real. And going up on that high of parties and events back to back, especially spirit weeks before homecoming, and then the end all be all with the concerts and parties, I feel like women's wellness, men's wellness, kind of events that you can unwind at for real and kind of get that debrief that people who aren't in big friend groups or really connected with other students on campus won't have outside of that. So I feel like so that's where the student leadership really comes into play. And all the student orgs and student leaders on campus should remind students that we are here for a purpose, which is academics, and we're having fun. However, we need to pour back into ourselves and recharge, refresh,
Mm.
electrolytes, all
Eddie.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I feel like for me, because that's like mid semester, like after that, I'm blocking it. I feel like that's a good opportunity
That's what finals
for you
really
to be like,
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
had your fun, and then now I need to catch up on some assignments. I need to talk to some professors. You know what I mean? Or also a good pivot or a good way is to do like campus cleanups because all kind of different people are on campus. So it would be a good idea to organize campus cleanups or even food drives or like service days. And of course, in your school gear and then just celebrating the legacy of your school within that as well would be super cool.
What's the more?
Yeah.
What's the more of the story, everyone? Before we go.
Moral of the story is Chain University of Pennsylvania, the nation's ranked first
HBCU. Happy homecoming, everyone. I was so proud to see all of my previous Miss Cheneys at homecoming. And exactly what Eddie said, it's time for us to lock in. Midterm weeks has passed, thank God. But we're pushing through until we get right back into it for finals. So
How was your coronation, Heaven?
coronation is October 26th.
Oh,
I'm
26.
very
It's
excited.
coming.
I'm
Yeah.
very excited. Also, yes.
Yeah. Deuce, what's your
That's
word?
so exciting. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you,
I am
Queen.
excited about that. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations with that.
Oh,
But
thank you.
turn you back. But all in all, my final word in reference to this specifically is if you want the specific change as well as the foundation to be laid and stay the same, you have to continue to build upon it. A lot of times we get sidetracked. A lot of times we forget the true meaning of why we came to a specific institution. It's not to just be cool, man. It's to get that degree, be able to learn the valuable lessons that life is able to teach us, and to enjoy ourselves throughout this time of transition from childhood to adulthood. And that's one thing that Florida A&M University has always taught me. It's homecoming, baby. It's time to fly.
Eddie. Hey,
I think they both kind of summed it up. I think they kind of took the words out of my mouth, to be honest.
my Broncos, we won. We won our homecoming game. So how about that?
Oh, what's y'all is 1-5?
Okay.
No,
Hey, Broncos.
we're undefeated in CIAA play. So get that right. We didn't get blown out by NCCU on our own turf, but we digress. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to the show tonight. For all of us here at Historically Black Sense News, I'm Shamai Cook.
I am Devin Cunningham.
I'm Deuce Tucker.
And I'm Eddie Niel.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all our staff behind the scenes, and we'll see you guys next week. The Action Never Stops. Bye bye. Stay black.
Peace.
Happy homecoming.
Right.
Rattlers. Fam you. Fam you.
See you. What's the number one? Shout out
I
number
just love my HBCU.
Cheney. Cheney, all about her. One day I need to make the wolves storm the chat.
They're currently locking in for the finals.
Thank you for that question. And we are live.
So, how was y'all's homecoming so far?
It is this week. Well, Morris was last week.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then Spellhouse is this week.
Yes, I know Clark's on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Clark Atlanta's the week after Spouse?
Mm-hmm. Neo
Okay.
Soul concerts today. Tailgate is this weekend for Spellhouse.
So I don't know if y'all
And
know
our
who D'Angelo is, but he you know, he's no longer here with us. And that is HB Since